the importance of sharing the heart.
Yeah.
And that's really quintessential, I think, Father Chase, for man discerning, because this becomes one of those two overarching pieces, at least for me. When guys come to me, it's just that sense of always being
Yeah.
alone. But again, when you look at it, well, what are we really saying? And I love how you spoke into that.
And when I'm discerning with young men, one of the things that we always look for on our vocation board, and I've talked about it with many other vocation directors and other priests, is that we always ask a young man, tell me about your friendships.
Mm-hmm.
Because if he doesn't have authentic friendships, he's not sharing his heart with somebody else. He's not engaging in self-revelation, right? Which is essential to maturity, right? And this word that the church uses, affective maturity. I don't have a specific definition for that, but this affective maturity. If we aren't engaging in friendship, we probably aren't very mature spiritually, emotionally, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so you can see that, and maybe you've experienced that. I don't know if you and your wife have ever fought, but if you have,
We've been married for 19 years.
if you've ever been in a disagreement, why do you feel lonely in that? Because communication is cut off. You've stopped sharing yourselves with one another. Marriage gets in trouble when people stop sharing themselves with one another. The communication is cut off. People say the communication was the problem. Well, that was the symptom. The communication was the problem, and it cut off intimacy. It cut off sharing. And now I feel alone in my marriage. I feel alone in my own house. It kills the relationship. And so we have to make sure that friendship is at the forefront, that we're engaging in self-revelation, and therefore I'm able to be known by another and really feel united and experience communion with them. And when they do the same for me, then I know that I'm in healthy relationship, and I'm living with a greater affective maturity.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's an experience of the divine life of God, too. I mean, that the reality is this, the life of God, life of the Trinity is this eternal friendship, really.
That's what prayer is.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the self-revelation of God to us, and then our response of self-revelation of ourselves to God when he shows us who we are.
yeah.
We receive our identity, and we respond to him back. Okay, got it. Lord, I know who I am.
Yeah, and then we're free to discern, right? As we come to understand who we are as first and foremost sons of God, and those areas, for needed spiritual growth, we can identify those things. We begin to grow, mature, and discern well.
Okay.
Right?